one of the pieces from the National Air and Space Museum's art collection that was sprinkled into the exhibit. And I think, as Ben will tell you in a second, it's another way of showing how the Marines used aviation throughout history.
This depicts one of the real, great stories of Marine aviation from this era. This depicts Lieutenant Christian Schilt, basically rescuing wounded Marines from a remote village in Nicaragua. The approach in is over a cliff, and he actually landed partially in the middle of a street. The Marines who had been pinned down and badly shot up actually had to tear down some of the buildings in order to make enough room to get the airplane in and out. And he made multiple trips, bringing out a grand total of, I believe, 18 wounded Marines, and bringing in supplies, ammunition, water in the back seat. There are no brakes on the aircraft, so Marines had to hold the wingtips down. They had to pick up the tail and physically turn it around to face the other way out. By the end of the action, he had actually broken the frame of the aircraft because he had to come in and slam it onto the deck. And ultimately, he cracks the landing gear and some of the main support structures. But for this action, he receives the Congressional Medal of Honor as well.
And just getting back to the careers of the artists, there's an example here and over here. Murph Corning, he was also an artist for the NFL, so he did a lot of illustrations, football, and for this collection, it's a heritage collection of 47 prints. Over on this side, Paul Arlt, we have him in the NASA art collection. So he was painting for the early Apollo days, and it's kind of interesting to see the crossover from the military genre that he worked in and then going over to spacecraft.
Paul Arlt was a Marine in World War II and was one of the individual Marines that was tagged by General Denning's team to be an artist correspondent for the Marine Corps. And so he was one of those artists that got the mission to go to war, do art, and you'll see a few of his other works.
And just one other illustration I'd like to point out that I mentioned in the remarks. This is the artist, Major Alex Raymond, who